Oh, I'm gonna need gameplay footage for this. Oh crap! I'll play something tonight.
Do you need me to record some Diablo
Yeah,
gablr?
actually, record some Diablo. Yeah. Record like a
All
solid
right,
hour 30 of Diablo, because I don't think it's gonna be like more than an hour 30.
I'll do it right now.
Bless your heart. Thank you. I'm about to say, yeah, like an hour 30 of Diablo should be straight. Avoid this because these bitches work.
And you don't need audio, right?
Nah.
Sick.
I need the audio. All right. All right.
Oh man, no.
Son, what? The fuck was that? Anyways. All right, cool. We all good? Give me a thumbs up, even though the cameras are off.
Thumbs up.
Wonderful.
Your butt got him.
You're such an asshole.
I know they're gonna write that in the Rick and Morty episode.
that
Who do you think writes him?
I'm dead. Definitely not Justin Roiland. Definitely not him anymore. That's tough.
They still got that nigga, bro.
Probably.
They got him under Rust and Joyland.
Yeah,
literally.
The nut ass alias. For real. All right, let me just drop this, turn my gain on. All right, I'm good to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2. What are you? Oh man. I feel it's been a little bit. It's been some time. It's been you know what I'm saying, a few days, hours, weeks, 8, 11 days, 17 hours, like Usher. But it's okay because No Cooldown has returned for episode 69. Nice. And of course, you know what I'm saying, we do it in full force, man. You know what time it is. It's E3 season. It's June as of this recording. Stuff is going very, very fast, and there's a lot of gaming content to cover. So, you know, you know we had to be here. You know we had to be here. You know you had to listen. You know what I'm saying? You know you had to tune in and tap in, so we appreciate you. Of course, I'm that man, Tripp. I'm just a random person who does this random shit on the internet randomly. And of course, I'm joined by my 2 podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, he is auditioning for the role of Joe in the new seasons of You, season 5 and beyond. Please give it up for Kxng VIII, the most prominent stalker in London. Let's say what's up to him, man. How you doing?
You like that, don't you?
You are. Hey yo, for context, people who are, you know what I'm saying, of course, unaware, over this past week or so, I took a trip across the pond. I made a trip over to the UK. I was in London, and the first person that picked me up from the airport was Kxng VIII. And I was looking for this motherfucker, like, for a solid 5 minutes walking out of the terminal. I was trying to look for him, and then I just see a dude with a camera just looks like stalking me, locking me down. And I almost dropped my bag. I was with like fist fight. I was like, yo, what you doing, son? And he turns his face, and it's this guy. So I'm like, he's done this twice. We did this twice. We went to a museum, and he did, like, listen, I'm just saying, I'm not following police reports in case I need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting them ready. But Kxng, how you doing, dog?
We all good, man. We are all good. We're moving up in the world.
Real shit, man. Real shit. Yeah, y'all got no idea out here, man. But we winning. We winning and we moving up. And of course, you know what I'm saying, my other podcast partner in crime, the Dominican boss himself, you know what I'm saying, back home, rejuvenated from the blood. He's back around. It's When Easy, the Bodega Baron. He here. What's good, man?
Man, chilling. I feel very much connected with my people now. It was very, very hot. It was very sweaty. I got a bunch of sunburn, and I'm ready to be back in my basement talking about video games as per usual.
I'm dead. This man said back to safety. I'm done.
The sun is scary. Don't let anybody ever convince you otherwise.
The sun is scary.
I'm dead. Sometimes the sun can be scary, man. But I tell you what shouldn't ever be scary. Rating this podcast 5 motherfucking stars on all your favorite podcast platforms, audio platforms, whatever you want to call it. Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. Go check out Apple Podcasts as well. Just type in No Cooldown, will be right there. Make sure you check in on the YouTube, youtube.com/@NoCooldown. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of reactions, exclusive content is going up on that channel, almost to 200 subs. Make sure you go check in on that because stuff is going crazy on that side. You don't want to miss it. Do not miss it. And of course, you know what I'm saying, all other social platforms as well. TikTok has been going really, really solid. That's No Cooldown Podcast in full on that platform. On Twitter, it's No Cooldown Pod. Listen, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Don't get left behind. I say this a lot sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't get left behind. There's a lot of No Cooldown content coming. You don't want to miss out. And we got a few stories to catch up with today, you know what I'm saying, in the build-up for all this gaming, you know what I'm saying, hectic nature that we got around us for like this week and the next couple of weeks. So without further ado, gentlemen, are we ready?
Yeah, man. Just want to say a quick shout out to the 17 Puerto Ricans that have watched our content on YouTube.
Hey, yo, Boricua, yes, sir. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Puerto Rico, man. Shout out to my Puerto Rican people out there. You know what I'm saying? We love you. We love you. That's real shit. But all right, yeah, we ready? We ready?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's start light. Let's get a nice little, you know what I'm saying, I guess palate cleanser before we get into all the main courses and all that stuff. But so there was a story that popped up about like a week or so ago. So these two guys in Japan just basically committed the heist of the century. Ahead of the Tears of the Kingdom release in the middle of last month, these two, you know what I'm saying, dudes just basically secured contract jobs at Amazon, went through the interview process, all that stuff. And then they bided their time, stocking shelves, taking orders, moving boxes to and fro until they saw their chance and stopped coming to work after they found copies of Tears of the Kingdom to take home. So they just absconded the scene. You know what I'm saying? They took the goods, absconded a copy of Tears of the Kingdom and left. So their heist was complete. How are we feeling about this?
They worked at Amazon, so I really don't know who robbed who in this scenario. Like I really, as much as I am enjoying Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think I've ever been like, this is worth working at Amazon for. So I think the jury's still out on whether they came up or not.
Yeah. Yo, you ever seen that Key and Peele sketch where it was like, yo, we got to rob this bank, bro. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to apply for a job there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work and we're going to slowly let the bank put money in our own savings account. And in 60 years, we'll pull all that money out. And it's like, they'll never get caught. It's undetectable. And the other person's like, nigga, do you mean a job? So I'm like, so you just worked. Who knows when they started working there, honestly. They could have been there for like a solid 5 months just waiting for a Tears of the Kingdom release. It could have been longer because they didn't know what was coming. You know what I'm saying? They just worked the job the whole way through. Just back-breaking hours, all that stuff until they got this Tears of the Kingdom thing. You know what I'm saying? They already paid. They already just paid their worth to the whole company. It's going to hire 2 new people. Like, I'm just saying, like, the execution was kind of poor.
This, bro, like this. How do you get caught? Like, this is so easy. Like, I'm not trying to promote this, but it's so easy to steal from Amazon.
Allegedly.
Oh man. Wait, so what actually happened to them? Like, are they in prison? Like,
I don't know how they caught these people. I hope they're not.
The manager
in prison.
was like, hey, these guys took 2 $70 copies of video games. Who, the guys who work double overtime? It's like, yeah, sure. Well, they're fired. Who cares?
Like, you know, they could have at least worked, you know what I'm saying, like those hours. They had to have been there for like a probation period of at least like 3 weeks. And I assume that those few weeks probably would have got you enough, like at least $60 worth, you know what I'm saying, to buy the game. So you could have just pre-ordered it without waiting that long to steal it. I'm just like, there's just logic and hoops that are being missed in this situation that I don't know, man. Listen.
I don't know, bro. I'll be hearing they be making Amazon workers stand up on their break, bro. Maybe it's just
that's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe that, yeah. Maybe they
who
got
won?
Yeah, who really?
Cannon isn't the villain here.
Facts. Who really did win? That's a fact. That's a fact right there. That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. Man. What a time. What a time. Jeff Bezos, just pay your people, man. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, Moving on. Yesterday, we had Apple's keynote conference at WWDC 2023, where they revealed a ton of new features and functionality from the new MacBook Air and Mac Studio upgrades, iOS 17, and random Kojima appearances for Mac Gaming, all the way to the new reveal of the Apple Vision Pro headset releasing in 2024 for $3,500. Now, King, I'm going to come to you first. How do we feel about all the new updates and tech drops, man? What stood out to you?
Timothy Donald Cook. I'ma suck that man off, bro.
I was not expecting that.
Do you understand what he's just done?
I was not expecting that. Oh, my water.
Everything. This is everything I ordered from Apple, bro. I was gonna get pissed if I saw an iPhone 15. I'll be honest, bro.
That's what I wanted. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, oh, this is kind of whack.
Honestly, the iOS updates were cool and everything. Like, those are actually like good quality of life updates. But the Vision Pro, I was like, we're almost there. Like, by the time I die, I'm gonna get to live through some of the experiences that I want. I know that for a fact, though.
That's crazy. You young as shit. You might have to jump on me. Like, I still got a calculator. I'm like, nigga, it might be possible.
I'm about to be on my Ready Player One flex, bro.
Oh my gosh. 35. Oh my gosh. Listen, I liked a lot of the updates that they provide. Honestly, again, I really liked a lot of the simple updates. Again, like the video voice messaging and stuff, like the FaceTime messages and all that. Like, that was really cool. A lot of the text, the adaptive text stuff, that's like just updating the AI to be a bit more, again, just flexible to how people speak. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the autocorrect doesn't fuck you over. I like those changes a whole lot. Really cool, intuitive stuff. Kojima was random as hell. I don't know how the hell Macs are gonna run Death Stranding. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? I hope iOS don't run too hot. I hope they don't run too hot. But, you know, those were cool. And excuse me. The Vision Pro, man. The Vision Pro looks ridiculous. Like, it actually looks. It looks damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were talking about it the other day. It looked magical. It actually looks ridiculous how deep they've like researched and, you know what I'm saying, compiled tech together to make it so intuitive, to make it so immersive, and like damn. It actually looks really, really good. I mean, I expect no less from Apple, but I'm like, damn, seeing it in real time looks crazy. $3,500 though. This is not I'm not in the intended target audience here for this. I'm not in the intended target audience for this. I might need to go. Well, am I?
Yeah, this is the whole point, bro. Everybody in debt. Like, you're not paying attention, my guy.
Hey. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. I work my hardest at securing a contract job at Apple. Just wait a few months.
No.
Just wait a few months until it's time for this thing to release and just not show up to work. I'm out of there with it.
That's so funny.
Now, how'd you feel about the rest of that stuff, though?
It was pretty cool. I was actually most excited for like the Mac Studio stuff because, like, I don't know why, but I have like this vision of like, if I ever run a dual PC setup, I would use a Mac Studio as like my second PC. I don't know how it would work. I haven't figured it all out yet, but I want an excuse to buy a Mac Studio. But it looked really cool. The AR thing was dope. It is like what King felt like is exactly kind of how I felt. I was like, this is not. So I'm on the same side of you. Like, this is not for me. I cannot afford $3,500 for 2 hours of battery life. Don't get me wrong. I think it's an awesome thing in like at the crib type thing. But like, I know that all this means is that like we have the first one. Like, the first iPhone compared to the iPhones we have now sucked, but they were the first and they're like the beginning of it. So I think it's gonna be very interesting to see like how this evolves. And once the prices start going down and they become like better optimized, like things like that, I'm really excited to see us, like, everybody's walking around with like snow goggles on and like having AR and all that stuff. Like, because I don't think a lot of people are like, this shit looks stupid. I don't think it looks that stupid. It doesn't look the coolest, but it does look like it looks reasonable. Like, it looks like I've seen people wear these goggles. Like, I've seen people wear Supreme goggles.
Facts,
like
on the side of their head, son. When I walk through the mall, when I walk through the whole function with the Apple Vision Pros on the side of my head, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
my whole thing on it is like, But this is the start. This is exactly what you said. This is
Yeah,
the start. Like it's only gonna get better from here. And the fact that Apple is doing it means that everybody's gonna fucking go crazy trying to figure out how to crack the code and do a cheaper version,
yeah,
which is just gonna just push the competitive market on this new technology. I'm also really happy for all the people that have literally dedicated like dozens of years to their lives for like the research that
yes,
went into this.
Hmm.
I've been reading a lot about like some of the founders of like the core research and just the core teams that were involved in actually, making this technology as good as the people that have reviewed it say it is. So yeah, I'm excited that everyone's getting their props that was actually involved in this because it's fucking huge. It's a big breakthrough.
no, it's dope. It's super awesome. I can't wait to see how this I can't wait to see what it's like. A couple of years down the line. Like
Yeah,
I know some people are like complaining about the price point, but it's like, hey,
you're
if you
getting a
don't got
lot
it,
of
you don't
shit.
gotta get it. Yeah,
You're
like
getting a lot of shit for that price.
no, you are. You definitely are. And like, if you don't got it, just wait. Like, because the thing is, a lot of people are saying the same thing about VR headsets, and now you can get a VR headset literally for like $200 in a lot of
Hmm.
places.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's only gonna get better.
100%, 100%, man. I about to say maybe I'll pay that surcharge. Some of y'all might be able to get some bitches from it. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
At least e bitches virtual, Johns. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might get up. You never know. Pay the premium, man. You know what I'm saying? Get ahead of the game. But yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty solid WWDC. Pretty solid keynote. Solid. Okay, moving forward here. So we've heard that after a huge surge of success of the John Wick series over the years, we are now hearing rumblings of a video game that seems to be in early development for the franchise. Now, do you think this is a good move for John Wick and just the IP in general?
I mean, like, it's better than John Wick Hex or whatever that was. Like,
Oh
that's
Jonah
cool.
Hex.
jeez, jeez.
Ew.
Like, I thought that was like, oh, cool, but like, that's eh. I think that this could be awesome. Honestly, I personally would like to see it not be Keanu Reeves. Nothing against Keanu Reeves whatsoever, but I think it would be sick if they just explored the world, and just like did something like adjacent to him, but not him. I think that this would be a really cool concept to explore. I mean, I think we might have said it on a podcast at one point, but we were like, a John Wick video game would just be Sifu with guns.
Yeah, we did.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it would be something along those lines. Maybe even like you can give it if you gave it to like, and I don't think they would, but if you gave it to like Rockstar, and like we got like some Max Payne, like because they do
Bro.
really good shooters,
Yeah.
like it would be cool. It would be cool. I don't know if Bullet Time would really like reflect the John Wick style of like combat. Because the thing is, like, it's so weird. When I think of John Wick, I think of like Batman Arkham Asylum
Fast
with
pace.
guns.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
fast paced, like countering you, but I'm also using a gun to fight. Like, I don't know how they would do it, but I think it's something that, if done correctly, would be cool. But it could also be an enormous waste of time.
Also a fair point. Fair point. And you kind of jumped on the second part of the question, but I'll direct it back to King anyways. So who could you see taking this project on and making it go crazy?
The homies at IO.
That's a
That's
good one.
I'm about to say, why you think that?
Just from what they're already doing, like I feel like it fits. They'd make it like, yeah, I think it would be more story focused, definitely. Like it wouldn't be on like the multiplayer experience. I think definitely a go wins option if that was what their like core ethos behind building the game was. But I think if they wanted to do like a solid like adaptation story of John Wick, then I would go with them. They present really cool stories.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. I would say, excuse me. I feel Slow Clap is a little bit too small for this type of game because I feel like they're gonna try and go AAA with this. I feel like they would if they didn't want to go AAA with it and they didn't want to put so much emphasis on it. I feel like Slow Clap would be perfect. Again, just like they already have the background with Seafood, they already have the background with that type of style. Just adding some guns to it wouldn't be too crazy of a fix. I feel like the martial arts and hand-to-hand CQC combat aspect of John Wick's world is more difficult to grasp in a gaming sense than the gunplay. So I feel like it'd be like, the focus of it. Definitely, focus both has to be equal, but I feel like the degree of difficulty is higher with the CQC, making that feel good in the martial arts side of things. So if it wasn't bound by size, I'd go slow clap. But what I'm thinking is they want more higher budget stuff. It's probably a long shot, unlikely, but Insomniac honestly low key would go crazy with something like this. Insomniac, I can definitely see them going like wow with it, especially how they're taking on Wolverine, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think Wolverine might actually be a good litmus test of how grounded they can actually make combat. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're already good with combat. You know what I'm saying? They know how to make Spider-Man floaty, good, da-da-da. That's a perfect example of just general combat, but more grounded, more gory, more of that type of vein. I feel like Insomniac has a good grasp on it, and we'll see more of that with Wolverine, and that will be a big teller on how that might go. Maybe this is also another far-fetched one. What is not Naughty Dog's single player joint? Like, that could be a good one. Naughty Dog's not bad at Naughty Dog's not too bad at they're actually pretty solid at gunplay. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty solid at gunplay because it's good at storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Really good at like the effects. It could be a different challenge for them. I don't think that's a bad shout. Rocksteady as well. Honestly, you know what? I'm not mad at a Rocksteady doing it. It is a little bit tough considering Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is looking how it is, but that's tied to just the Arkham property itself. I don't think a new IP would be necessarily, bogged down by, you know what I'm saying, going into Rocksteady's hands. I actually think that would be a solid trade-off because they have experience in both. They just need to tighten up their gunplay some more, just to be a little bit more, I guess, responsive to that stuff. But I feel like having a more grounded IP would suit Rocksteady pretty well. But those are my picks off the top of my head.
I could see. I like what you said about Insomniac because I was gonna say like I haven't seen them do anything grounded, but yeah, like depending on how Wolverine goes, they could do it. I think Naughty Dog is also a pretty solid pick because like I can think of Uncharted had fist fighting. I mean, a lot of it was more gunplay than anything, but you could fight people with your hands. So like it wasn't like something and it wasn't even something like just regularly press square like you could like counter and stuff. Like it was more nuanced than regular like press one melee button to kick him the nuts. Like I could see that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it'd be easy for them to add more depth to that where they actually have either combos or you can have certain inputs here or there. Like I feel like Naughty Dog could definitely do a job with that. Yeah, either way, John Wick is cooking as a franchise and IP. The fifth one already planned to come out at some point in the future. Like four already smashed it. Like they can do no wrong right now. But when you come into the game space, be careful. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get your shit handed to Activision. Your shit go left. So be careful, son. Be careful. Alrighty. We heard word that EA has announced a deal with Nike Virtual Studios, which could potentially see select Nike NFT products in several EA Sports games on a variety of different apparel items, although they were careful not to name drop NFT and blockchain terms directly. So, Kxng, thoughts on this?
I thought we were done with this, bro. Why is the forbidden phrase being used?
The T.
I'm gonna start protesting in the streets, bro. I'm actually just gonna go sit in the middle of the road with a sign that says "Say no to NFTs."
I'm dead. Don't tread on me.
I get hit.
Don't tread on me or introduce NFTs. Come on now.
Oh,
with the pickets, we out here. Oh man, EA, why are you like this? EA, what's the point?
It's gotta be tough. Like them boys need money. Like I don't know what it is, but like it's just got like every time I see NFTs, I just think about like what financial woes are going on in the back end that we're not aware of. Like what did you guys hire accountants? Is nobody accounting? Like what's going on here? Where's the money leaking? Because why are we doing this?
Accounting.
Dog, I don't get it, bro. I'm like, you guys are doing so good at just shutting the fuck up at some point, letting the games rock. Like y'all been putting out some heat. Dead Space so far, great. You know what I'm saying? Like you did great with that one. What's the name? Star Wars came out, banger. You guys are cooking, and now you're dropping NFT news bomb. You're like, bro, Stop trying to hide it too. They were like select digital like collectibles. I'm like, no, son, that's an NFT. You can't fool me, dog. I see it right there in the description. It's right there. Like, come on, man. We don't want it. I don't care. Like, please, just keep it out, bro. And it's 100% going to pop up in EA Sports FC. It's 100% going to pop up in NFL or Madden or whatever. Like, bro, I'm not playing Madden anyways. I'm just more concerned about EA Sports FC whenever that soccer game gets some updates in July. But, like, damn, man. I'm tired. I don't want to hear about NFTs no more, bro. I really don't. I'm okay.
Who's still talking about it? Like, that's my biggest thing is, like, I saw, like, I remember in my Twitter at one point, like, there was an NFT discussion every day. I don't even see NFT PFPs anymore.
Son,
so it's like
they got ran off the platform.
You guys? You know what I'm saying? Like who's still saying like this is a good investment?
People who trying to make other people invest so they can, you know what I'm saying, like justify that.
Like I need to know how much money they put into this already, like beforehand, because they must have like once the hype was real, they must have put in a lot of money, and now they're just kind of like we can't go back. Like it's just bad if we go back. So we're just gonna rock out.
All my funds are lost in Doge and this, man. There's no turning back.
We can't afford not to do the NFTs at this point. Them and Square Enix or Ubisoft. I can't even remember. No, I mean both of them probably, but it's just sad.
Sad as fuck.
Big sad times. Big sad times. Oh, had the yawn right there for a second, but it's all good. All right, listen. Last week, Silent Hill Ascension was revealed, which is an interactive streaming series similar to Bandersnatch and how it will enable viewers to make choices in the story to see who lives and who gets sent to the damn gulag. So, let's talk about it real quick. How you feeling about Silent Hill Ascension?
This looked kind of cool, but like the whole time I was watching, I was like, and I hate that I do this, but my brain was just like, man, we really should play that like Until Dawn game. Like we really should play those games when I was like watching it. Looks interesting. I don't think this is a bad call. It could definitely get people more involved in the franchise who never played Silent Hill. Like I never played Silent Hill. This is something easily accessible. I'm obviously not going to judge all of Silent Hill based on this one interactive series, but I think that this is a pretty cool idea. It really just depends on like how much this has like hindered like a real Silent Hill game, you know?
I'm not mad at this, honestly. Like I feel like this the gaming space or interactive, you know what I'm saying, medium space could use more stuff like this. Bandersnatch was a really big moment, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just like how people love those experiences. Of course, the Until Dawns, the you know what I'm saying, that Dark Pictures mythology stuff, like people love that. So using it with a big IP, I feel like that's only gonna make things bigger in a sense. So in terms of people looking for this stuff, whether it be the Silent Hill fans or somebody who wants an interactive horror experience, this is good stuff. This is a good shout. But I know me. I'm just waiting for the actual Silent Hill remake and the Silent Hill F. And I'm looking for the actual the pure gaming experience. Not necessarily pure, but like, you know, I gotta handle a controller type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, King, you live streaming this with the crew? You live streaming this with the whole audience?
Oh yeah, on Kick for sure.
This man said on Kick. This oh man, that's funny. That was gonna be a news story, but they definitely did walk that back in the past couple hours. Shout out to Twitch. I was about to say that.
Honestly, shout out to Twitch.
they W platform.
They
definitely nowhere else you could live stream.
I'm dead.
Let's grow Amazon together.
Get the fuck
you can't spell amazing without Amazon.
I'm dead. That's actually erroneous, son. I had to think about it. I'm like, where's the O? Man, fuck you, Bezos. Anyways, I'm moving on. We got some extra words here on the eulogy of E3 from Mountain Dew and Doritos Bishop Jeff Keighley, as he stated on the VGG podcast that E3 sort of killed itself in a way. I understand why people say Summer Game Fest killed E3, but I think if anything, we created Summer Game Fest and I built Summer Game Fest because I saw the wheels falling off the wagon of E3. So when I'm going to take it to you first. Again, Jeff Keighley's been very vocal since the downfall of E3 as of recent months. Do you think E3 screwed E3?
Oh, 1000%.
No,
E3 screwed E3 for a while ago. I like the thing is that, like, the reason I like Summer Games Fest is because, like, at to an extent Jeff gets it. Like we are kind of tired of E3, and even like the best years of E3 were already behind it by the time that it closed down its doors. Like, I think that the last straw for me when I realized like this has to go, or I was just like, this is just not what it
this is
used to
the
be. Like when I was sitting there and I was watching Sony play the flute for like 15, 20 minutes for
Son,
Sekiro,
oh my
and I was like,
gosh.
can somebody get freaking John Smith off the flute so I could see some gameplay of the damn like Japanese samurai game? Like, come on, bro, this is awful. And it was just like filling time. It just felt like, man, maybe if y'all didn't have anything to do, like anything to show, y'all shouldn't have showed anything. But it's also hard for you to be like, hey, biggest game showcase of the year. You don't have anything? Oh well, screw you. And honestly, like, I think it was Grand Theft Auto 5 when that trailer dropped off of E3. It was like on a regular August Tuesday.
Yeah, out of
Like,
nowhere.
that's when I realized, like, oh wow, look at all these people who are talking about it. Look at all these people. Look at how easily this circulated without needing to be on like a game showcase. People look for video game stuff nowadays, so you don't need to do it at these events. So like, yeah, E3 killed itself because they thought like they had their hands on like the neck of the industry, but in reality, like we kind of like let y'all have that. Like we just like going to one place to watch everything. That's what happened at that point at E3. So yeah, I'm not surprised E3 killed itself. I'm happy with Games Fest. I like all the attention it gives to people who aren't necessarily like AAA giants. Like I'm seeing a lot of new stuff that I wouldn't normally see. People are getting spotlights that they wouldn't have never have gotten from E3, and how accessible it is to just like the regular consumer. Like I used to dream about going to E3, but every time I was a kid, I looked up tickets and like you got to be a part of the press, and I'm like, damn, so I got to get a job working for IGN and then climb the ladder in IGN for them to be like, yeah, we'll send you to E3 to then like be able to play video game demos like in a long ass line that takes 60 to 80 minutes to get to play like 30 seconds. So yeah, good riddance E3. I hope you never come back. It is what it is. Sucks to suck.
I hope you never come back.
That's crazy.
I don't ever want to have to be a press anything to go play some games. Like, let me in. Come on now.
Yeah. Kai, how you feel about those statements?
I mean, that's keep it nice and simple, bro. They did it themselves, man.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is,
it's a shame, but a lot of places are doing that themselves now. And it's just kind of like, if you're not gonna like, I guess in a way, get with the times, then by all means sink. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I will agree and slightly disagree at the same time. I think the downfall of E3 and it was 3/4 self-inflicted and 1/4 Jeff Keighley definitely pushed them motherfuckers off the rest of that cliff. Now they were already going downhill, but Jeff definitely walked up and was like, "Let me help you there, buddy." Shoot. And accelerated the cart as it was falling off the cliff and make sure they fell face first into an explosion. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think that Jeff Keighley's complicit in this situation, because he definitely made that platform because he saw, hey, listen, there's a gap coming. Let's hurry up and, you know what I'm saying, let's accelerate this process of them dying by us propping up my own event. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just watch somebody die in a space and be like, oh, that's crazy. Couldn't have been me. And you just go about your day. Nah, you make a move. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't watching E3 that closely just to be like, oh, whatever it is, what it is. He was planning to make a move. And the fact that Summer Game Fest's presence alone was already there when there was a gap in time with all the COVID stuff, that accelerated the death. And I think that was also a cause. Jeff Keighley definitely was also a cause of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, fact.
He had to have been involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's a lot more breakdown to go, but make sure you check out somebody's latest video. His name is That Man Tripp. He did a whole video on the death of E3. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Really good video, actually.
YouTube.com/@thatmantripp. Just some random motherfucker. I don't know. He has some good information though, so you know, might want to check it out. That's all. I don't know. And just an unbiased opinion. Unbiased ass opinion. But yeah, fair point, Jeff Keighley. Moving on here. It's been a little bit but I saw this update and I had to bring Redfall back into the conversation on the podcast. So, Jason Schreier of Bloomberg did an investigation on basically what the hell went wrong with Redfall. And he found out that the project actually started out as a microtransaction heavy live service product in 2018 after basically Prey failed commercially for Arcane. But as time went on, Arcane got really aggressive with their layoffs and staff cuts and stuff. And at some point, 70% of the staff who worked on Prey at Arcane Austin and were tasked on Redfall, they were gone. They were out of there. So at that point, 2023 hit. Microtransactions really out of the process for, their whole development for Arcane, but the damage was already done. Most of the team was gone, and there was really no major direction. And there was just a lot of glaring issues. And of course, the Xbox thing where Phil Spencer said they didn't intervene quickly enough to kind of give them the resource they need to reroute. And yeah, we saw how Redfall, basically happened on release. So I'm gonna start with you, King. How do you feel about Redfall, considering the cycle of development it went through as we heard this?
Doesn't change anything. Definitely don't feel like it changes anything. It's just kind of like, okay. Like I just Redfall, like I honestly just don't even have the energy to speak on. It's just like another hyped up Xbox title that did nothing for anyone.
It's crazy. Damn. When?
I think that it's one of those things where it's not even, I don't even like comparing it to Final Fantasy 15. I remember one of the first pieces of I used to write game articles for myself. And I had a little blog on Tumblr way back when. And I remember playing Final Fantasy 15 and playing the new DLC that came out after the game came out. And I was like, this is a game that if this game came out with all of its DLC, it would have been phenomenal. It would have been one of the best games of that time. But that's not what happened. And the reason I don't even really like bringing this up because this is not that. Even though Final Fantasy 15 was a disappointment to most players, it's not a bad game the way Redfall is a bad game. I honestly, I see oh man, it sucks that this happened. It sucks that they had this kind of a development period. We all know development periods can ruin a game, yada yada yada. But it's also just man, I can't really feel too bad for it either. It sucks, but it's also there were just way too many times where people could have did something. And the people I do not blame, I don't ever really blame game devs for this kind of a failure because it seems like a lot of the times the devs were hey, we just want to cancel this whole thing. And obviously money, you're not going to. And it's just wow. I can't really cut anybody some slack outside of the dev teams or the people who are just coding and just following orders because they could have canceled this, they could have delayed this, they could have just never shown it, honestly, because I believe it was shown a year before it was released. I can't remember where. They could have just been hey, let's just cut this. This isn't ready. And it comes down to holding Xbox accountable because at that point they were already acquired and Xbox made the decision to put it on the Xbox Showcase at Games Fest, I think it was. If it wasn't Games Fest, it was at the Xbox Showcase because I remember watching it and being whoa, babe, look at this game.
It's either Showcase or Summer Game Fest. One of those two.
And I was like, whoa, babe, look at this game. Look at this sick character. Look at this. This looks sick. And then the game came out and I downloaded it. I don't even know if it's still installed, but I never opened it because why would I? It's one of those things where I really want to hold Xbox's feet to the fire. I want to hold y'all need to do way better for everybody. Everybody involved, even the devs didn't want it to come out. We didn't want it to come out. We're all really upset. So man, can y'all please understand that it is way better for you guys to take that developmental L and be this game is just never coming out and just not tell us about it. Can we please stop talking about games that just are not ready? You should be telling me about a game, bro. I would much rather you guys go gold. And for those who don't know what a game going gold means, it means that the game is officially done development. It is ready to go. I would rather the game go gold and then you start your marketing push and hold on to the game for 6 months. Just 6 months of it goes gold, and then you market it for 6 months. Do that. and then release this game. You know, we have it ready. We know that this shit works. Everything is it's perfect. Like that should be the way we do things. It shouldn't be like, yo, look at this sick CGI trailer that that was made by a company that doesn't even work for us. Look at this awesome game world that we're gonna put in, and then it's like, oh, the game got delayed. Game got delayed one more time. Don't worry about it, folks. We're gonna get everything sorted. It's gonna be fine. Game got delayed a third time, but I promise you, this game is gonna be amazing when it comes out. The game sucks. Maybe we should have delayed it again. Like, man, fuck you, bro. You're wasting my time.
Oh man.
Well, this is how I feel about the whole thing. It's just fucking waste of time. Like, there's no reason to even fucking talk about it.
Man. And in my response, I will not talk about it. Actually, this situation just clues me in and just reminds me about how the gaming industry is nowadays, and it's sad at this point to where it's so. I mean, it's so profit driven to a certain extent that an idea that's born of literal microtransaction based gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had microtransactions at the very heart of what it was. That's already a problem. That's already a red flag at the start of whatever you're doing, in my opinion. That's already not good. And the fact that, over time, a studio who dropped, you know what I'm saying, a solid game in Prey, they had to literally deal with that stuff down the line. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't commercially successful, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is, but they had to go deal with the heavy backlash of, their next game, it has to be microtransaction heavy, blah, 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 the money, blah, blah, blah. And that stunted their development, and then most of their team got cut, and then they still want, and then I am assuming, but most likely, the higher-ups and the executives were like, yo, we still want to drop this game, it's still gonna be a good game, blah, 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 not knowing that people at the ground level see the crap that it is. And, you know, it changes hands. It goes to Xbox. Xbox like, how can we help? But we want you guys to execute your vision. Arcane's like, nah, we got this. Arcane devs are like, nah, we don't got this. Arcane leadership, what the hell y'all talking about? Arcane leadership's like, hey, man, we just gonna drop it. Forget it. And it comes out like this. So I just find it funny how the absolute crunching of timeline and the weight of expectation is so high for video games from a monetary standpoint now that it just completely supersedes everything else. And it's crazy because everything else is what determines that monetary value at the end of the day, the quality of it, not how much microtransactions you can fit in the game, how good the game actually is. So it's like some of the expectations of certain game studios is completely backwards to what is the essence of making a game, making it good, making it as best you possibly can, coming with the pure intention of having an idea and being able to execute on that idea. There were some people at Arcane Austin who truly believed in that project, despite all the stuff that they were seeing, and think, hey, we can make a good experience out of this. Fair play to them. But to some people who definitely saw some of the writing on the wall, like, yo, trying to change this into something that it wasn't because it's already attached to something not as quality, it's just a foregone conclusion. It's just annoying to me that this is where the video game industry has gone for at least for a decent, significant portion of studios and game development teams. Like, it's just about the bottom dollar, and like the studios and all these people are going to get pushed and poked and prodded to try and meet that bottom dollar, meet that release date, so they can have this money by Q4 2024 or whatever. Like, it's annoying, and you sacrifice so much quality and you sacrifice so many good potential experiences for that bottom line. I'm like, bro, delay your game, change the idea, cancel it if you need to. Cool. I would rather, again, like Wen said, I would rather you wait 4 years so your game is surefire, good to go, and then you start marketing it out the gate. That's fine. Like, literally, Spider-Man's gonna do the same shit in about 2 months. If you think about it, Spider-Man 2 barely had a word out except for 2 gameplay trailers. They're not going to do a full marketing push until August, and they're going to come out September. Watch. It's literally, I 90% guarantee it's going to happen. They will drop in like September, October, and they're going to start marketing like late July, August. And they don't even need that much time. But they put quality into the game. Aside from that, you hear nothing. It's just, priorities is backwards, man. That's what's annoying about the industry sometimes. The priorities is backwards. Oh man. Losing my damn lung capacity. Rate this podcast 5 stars for our pass out, man. Anyways, moving on. As we all know, the FGC phenomenon known as Street Fighter 6 is in the wild, and people are absolutely diving in, changing their names to jury feet sex and all kinds of nastiness, and enjoying the new experience. So, to our official FGC correspondent, Gwyneth, easy, how is the new Street Fighter 6?
So I got my hands on it. I've been playing it for a little bit. I've been playing a little bit more Diablo 4 than Street Fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
Ah.
I have been playing a good amount of Street Fighter. I absolutely cannot. I am not like exaggerating when I say that this is probably the best fighting game I've played. And I know a lot of people are like, it's better. Like I played Tekken, I've played Blaze Blue, I've played Guilty Gear, I've played a lot of fighting games. I've played them. And when I say the best, I don't say that it is like you should give up your favorite fighting game for this. If you like the Mortal Kombat style, play Mortal Kombat, et cetera, et cetera. The reason I say it's one of the best is because of the amount of content in it is absolutely insane. Like just from playing, I've been playing a good amount of the story mode. I've been playing a good amount of ranked battle hub. Like you get the three buckets that you get, which are like World Tour mode, I would say is like my favorite to just go and chill. I want to play Street Fighter, but I don't want to sweat it up. I just want to like run around, do some moves, like just try some stuff out. I like that mode. It's super chill. After I get absolutely demolished and ranked, I just straight up go to World Tour and just vibe out. Just have a fun time, beat up like random NPCs, continue in the silly story. When I want to like practice, I'm in the practice range. Like there's so many good options in that goddamn mode. Like you get to see so much information. It's not even funny. It's it's the equivalent of like somebody who's like went from like training in the Apex gun range to then like playing something like Kovacs. And you're like, well, I'm seeing like a lot of stats and information that like I didn't know was here and will now help me grow as a player. It's super fun. I have a lot of fun just going in there and playing like the character trials and just learning new characters and seeing what kind of combos they get freaky with. It's a fun time, honestly, it is. And then you have like playing those extreme battles, like all the little extra stuff. Like it's just such a good quality like Capcom game. Like that's what I want to say is that like Capcom has been absolutely cooking with their
Mm-hmm.
games. There hasn't
Facts.
been, I feel like, a really bad Capcom game in a while. The only thing I would say is like, oh, you know what kind of sucked is that like Mega Man wasn't, not even, because Mega Man Battle Network was a good remaster. It wasn't, I mean, it
Solid.
was a good port, I want to say. Like it wasn't as bad as like some of the things that I've played in my lifetime. And it's just something of like quality, man. Like that's what I'm really enjoying about this company is that like I go into Street Fighter and I can tell that like they thought about a lot of things and they've thought about a lot of different people, because when you go into something like you'll play this and then you'll play something like Tekken 7, for example. And I hate using, because that game is extremely old, so I hate using it, but it's like there isn't much to do outside of Tekken when you're not playing it competitively. Like you can play the story mode and there's little arcade modes, but it's really just kind of like whatever. Like there's not much you can do there. You could easily spend 20, 30, 40 hours in Street Fighter and not even touch online. Like you could just be vibing in the single player mode. You could just be vibing and like playing silly fights with your friends. And the control scheme don't even get me started, bro. That shit is so
Mm.
fucking good because you can just jump in and play as anybody you want. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, modern controls are for losers. Hey, buddy, if you're getting smacked by modern controls, turn on modern controls. That's what I have to say about that. It's kind of like it's the equivalent to like aim assist when people talk about like keyboard and mouse. It's like, hey, I think aim assist needs to get tuned down. It's like, nah, man, if it's that strong, if you think that they're that much better than you because of aim assist, go buy yourself a controller. Promise you,
Mm.
it's not going to change the way you play the game. So there's just, I could go on and on about how good this game is. I honestly think it should have been rated like literally a 10 out of 10, because I can't think of one thing that I was doing in this game where I was like, this is whack. Because the only thing that like I would agree with is like the story mode isn't super serious, but it's also like, how can you make a
Street Fighter's
story
never been
where,
serious.
and it's also just like, how can you really like, you're a new guy who just showed up to the streets of like New York City. You have to for some reason you have to travel the world fighting different people on the street. How can you possibly make this, and you have to loop in every single character with all these various different backgrounds, motivations, and like how can you possibly make that story super, super compelling. Like, you have to make it goofy or else you're not going to get anywhere.
How is a motherfucker with maracas in his back pocket gonna be menacing? How is DJ gonna be menacing? You know what I mean? Like, that's
like, and what capacity would anybody who's like trying to take down Shadowloo or whatever organization they have gonna meet up and like fight Blanca? Like, why would you ever have beef with Blanca
that
if you're
rolls
not
himself around in herbs and stuff to make green paints and put on his face, son?
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's wearing overalls and he's in his own mascot costume. Like, come on, guys. That's the only thing is like, if you're looking for a really good storyline, you're not really gonna find it. But personally, I don't think that's why you bought this game. So yeah, honestly, amazing game. 10 out of 10, $60. Like that was another thing too. Is like, I bought Diablo, I bought Tears of the Kingdom, and I bought Street Fighter. Street Fighter is still $60, and it has a lot of good content. I'm not taking away from Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Don't come for me, Nintendo fanboys. But what I am saying is like, it is well worth the value.
Nah, Pete, that's all we needed, man. That's all we needed. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate our FGC correspondent. You know what I'm saying? It went easy. We appreciate him. But his services are not just out for this episode yet. This next story here, real quick, had some new details ahead of Mortal Kombat 1's reveal slate in the coming days, as it is confirmed to be a soft reboot. And again, the story's looking to pick up right after the end of MK11 DLC. Shout out Fire God Liu Kang. Has new modes, systems, and finishers. We'll have cross-play and cross-progression post-launch. There will be a beta coming in August, the introduction of assist characters in the form of cameo fighters, and official release date of September 19th on all current gen and PC platforms. Back to our FGC correspondent, Went Easy. How are we feeling about Mr. Boone and Mortal Kombat 1 details?
I think it's cool. I honestly, like, after playing Street Fighter, it's gonna be really hard for me to top modes for me. Like, you gotta give me some oomph. So I really want to see what they have. I'm excited to see the new battle systems. The cameo systems, I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like tag-based fighting games. I never really enjoyed them. I always felt like, damn, it's a lot of work to like remember what this person's gonna do and how it's gonna assist me in this kind of thing. But I don't play Mortal Kombat like that, so this might be dope. I always did love the Mortal Kombat story mode, though. I will say that that was always dope. It isn't as good as like, it's not gonna give you the amount of time that you would want to like be like, hey, I'm gonna pay the full price for this story mode. But they've always been good. I think this is going to be an interesting launch. They announced this not too long ago. I think this is exactly the time that you should have launched. Like, I like this timeline of like, hey, I'm only going to do this. I'm going to launch this and now have a couple months to build the hype. So like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think this is going to be super sick. I can't wait to see what it's like. I love cross-play and cross-progression. I don't know how much cross-progression you need in a fighting game though. So like, it's one of those things where it's like, what are the other modes entailing that I need to like hook up? I need to connect my accounts because it's a fighting game. You really should be able to pick up any character and just play.
I'm assuming probably on a customization front, might be level based unlockables and stuff depending on what character you play as.
Yeah,
could be.
I think that's fine. But I think it's awesome that they have that. I don't think it's gonna be like. I don't think they're gonna be able to like let me buy this game once and then have it on all my consoles. But if the beta is something that I can play without having to buy the game, I'll definitely tap into it. I'll definitely look into it. I am a fan of playing fighting games. I do like the Mortal Kombat games. The biggest issue I've always had with Mortal Kombat games is that blocking is a button. Yeah. And I'm a big fan of like holding back just because I play on a fight stick and I hate holding buttons. But I think that this is going to be cool. The FGC is really eating. Will this be better than Street Fighter? I don't know. You guys have got to come out with some heat. But what I will say is that like, I knew Street Fighter was going to be amazing because they were marketing this for like the better part of a year. So they haven't showed me a lot of MK. The one thing that did piss me off though is like, I knew more about the pre-order bonuses of MK than I did about the actual gameplay of it. Yeah. So I would like for them to show me something of substance before like we're sitting here talking about like, oh, this is going to be game of the year. Like all I've seen is a CGI trailer and pre-order bonuses charts. Like, can you show me something more than that?
Yeah, I hear. And again, we will have gameplay at the Summer Game Fest. That was confirmed. We're gonna see live gameplay on Thursday as of this recording, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting time. I'm only saying this might be crazy because of the rumors that we heard about all the guest characters and stuff. So, Nick, like if Homelander show up, if Peacemaker show up, I'm in there. I'm gonna have to learn something. Like I'm gonna have to get back in the circle of stuff, bro. Because their rosters are always super dope. And
yeah,
I feel like, I mean, now more than ever, they've really connected with like, you know, a lot of like modern media stuff. So it's not far-fetched to me. Nothing really is far-fetched to me in terms of Mortal Kombat guest characters. Like they've gone a wide range. They've had a wide ass range. Just like do that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my guy Bo Ride Show's in there, and we straight. I think that's gonna be a solid release.
Yeah, I saw some people asking for like a mode to turn the gore off, and at first I was like, why? And then I saw like a lot of Mortal Kombat fans.
I'm not mad at that.
A lot of Mortal Kombat fans, like, they need to turn the gore off so that they don't get demonetized on YouTube. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I never thought about that.
Yeah,
that actually makes a lot of sense.
Like I never, because you know what? That might actually affect the way the game is even perceived. Because like when you think about it, like you see all these Street Fighter, things pop up on my recommended and whatnot. I may not see Mortal Kombat stuff just because like it might get demonetized for the violence.
Suppressing it. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, and now that you mentioned that, that's actually a really good. Yeah, that's a really good point. Honestly, just for the excuse me, accessibility for all people to enjoy this game, seeing it, watching it, however you consuming it, that would be a nice option. I think that would actually be a really nice option. Yeah, man. Damn. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Mortal Kombat 1 has for us. We're going to figure it out. Okay. Oh, man. Let me take a breather for this. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Is this... Woosah, Tripp. Woosah. We got confirmation from Naughty Dog that they are pushing back the timeline of the multiplayer game in the Last of Us universe as they're trying to balance multiple projects, including a new single-player game that is unannounced. This coincides with the report of Naughty Dog that basically they were significantly scaling back the number of team members on the multiplayer project for the Last of Us game and sending them to other projects across the studio. So, question to Tripp, how bad is this looking? I'll answer that. Don't worry, guys. I got this. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I am worried. I'm actually very worried. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I don't like that they're shifting his back like this. I'm not gonna lie. There's just been a lot of compounding evidence over the past week or so that makes me nervous, afraid, scared that they're going to just completely scrap this thing. Again, apparently, also something that we heard that Bungie were brought in to do kind of like a litmus test. Excuse me. A litmus test, or just a kind of just a general, like, I guess, feasibility study on how viable the experience is, how long it would possibly last. And there were some conflicting reports in that. I'm concerned. The fact that they're shifting team members away from this project, I'm concerned. The fact that you just drop another single player title's name in the same breath as you mentioned that post, I'm concerned. Naughty Dog, what is we doing? All I want from y'all is factions multiplayer. That's all I want, man. You don't need it. Please. I don't care if you put microtransactions in it. I don't care if you do whatever. Just give me the factions multiplayer. But you guys, y'all bullshit. Y'all bullshit, man. They're just going to put, I can see it now, man. They're going to cancel this project or tack it on to the second to Last of Us Part 3. And then it's going to be some other, like, even then I'd take it. But I just feel I have a very upsetting feeling in my stomach. And no, it's not IBS. I CBS. And the fact is that they might cancel this shit, bro. They might cancel it. And I don't feel good about it, bro. I really don't. This is such a good idea. It's such an easy thing that people want, but I'm like, I feel like they are very the single player skewed focus has I feel like hindered them from going full bore into that concept, because I feel like they're trying to find a way to make it, again, sustainable financially. Like, okay, what system do we put in here to make some money, or do this, or how do we capture attention over a longer period of time? I feel like they're looking at, we'd rather cut our losses and just, like, keep it low key and eventually cancel it if it doesn't pan out, rather than try and work through the problem. But how y'all feel about it? Because me, I'm worried. I'm pissed that I'm hearing this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I think I'm not too like upset because it was. I feel like it was kind of ambitious. Like the concept is amazing, but I don't know. I feel like actually pushing that product is a whole different story that I kind of doubted from the beginning.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
I get that. I get that. I didn't again multiplayer shooter on the console. Wow, I wasn't like, oh, needed none of that. It it was cool when they announced it. I was like, oh, that's sick, but maybe and might be mad about this, but maybe they kind of see something that we don't. I
They
kind of feel
probably
like they might be
do.
like they're probably like, yo, do we think that this factions mode is gonna be something that's gonna get people to spend $60 to $70 on a PlayStation? Like in a PlayStation, they're gonna spend that money on like a multiplayer shooter. Because a lot of the multiplayer shooters that are like really, really popular are on multiple platforms. And this would be an exclusive multiplayer shooter. I don't know if the if exclusive multiplayer games are as big as they once were, you know, because so much of it has become crossplay and people are like looking for people to play with. I just don't know if this is maybe they're just like I don't think that this is the best call for us right now. So maybe they're trying to scale it down and make it like maybe like a $40 experience cuz like if I have a PlayStation 5, I'm more likely to spend $40 on like a little like shooter mode or whatever to get me through stuff to get me like through a week or two of entertainment than like $60 on a full-fledged factions mode. Like unless this becomes like a survival, like it has to be robust for me to spend that much money on just factions mode when this was a mode on added to Last of Us. Like this wasn't its own standalone thing. And now they want to make it a standalone thing. It was already in like a rough situation, I feel like, to begin with.
That was too much realism. Let me go back to the delusion. Honestly, we can just bargain, man. We can just put it back into the next Last of Us single player game and just an add on, bro. I'm not mad at it. Just do something, man. Don't get rid of it. Don't cancel it. This is stupid. This is far fetched, man. This is beyond me. I just think it would be better for all of us, i.e., me, if you just kept it around in some capacity. It's not looking good, but we can salvage this, right? We can salvage this.
I know there's someone out there that's made a mod for you, bro. It's okay.
The copium is all yours, bro. Take as much as you need.
This is bullshit.
This is good for our country.
Oh my gosh. How many games I loved have been down the drain like this? And I saw it coming. Anthem. This Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and got better, but damn, bro, it hurt. Man, I hope all the best for factions, man, but it really isn't looking good. All right, moving over. Last week, while of course, you know what I'm saying, the folks were out on vacation, enjoying our time out from No Cooldown, PlayStation kind of just showed up with their showcase as they do, you know what I'm saying? Thanks a lot for that. Revealing a bunch of stuff, including some big hitters like Helldivers 2, Phantom Blade 0, Foam Stars, the new Bungie Shooter Marathon, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, which you're going to circle back to in a second, and a whole lot of Spider-Man 2 gameplay. Wow. Just insane stuff. Actually, some insane reveals. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much an hour-long showcase. Let's roll to Kxng first. Any out of left field titles that surprised you? How were you feeling about the general slate? And you know, any standout titles for you?
I'm so disappointed that you mentioned Foam Stars.
Huh? You noticed that?
I'm fucking
Shout out Kendall.
PlayStation Showcase was cool. It was a cool watch. You know, Spider-Man overshadowed everything, as it would, but it was cool. It was fine. I think it was fine. I have nothing like crazy to say about it. Like I don't know why they wasted our time with a film trailer at the end. Whoever cleared
that was so
Foam
ass.
Party game, like get that out of here.
Hey, come on, man. Foam Star. You don't want to be a foamer?
No, I would play Splatoon every day for the rest of my life instead of play Foam Stars.
Wow. That's I was gonna say something stupid there, but that was so stupid. I was gonna say foamophobic. That's actually so stupid. So stupid. That's so stupid.
You're dying.
Disregard my stupid thought, man. Rate this podcast 5 stars. I'm gonna go mute myself for a second.
Oh man. No, yeah. I kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie to you, the coolest thing there. I like Spider-Man, but I didn't choose Spider-Man in the draft, so I don't like Spider-Man.
Fair.
No, I'm kidding. It looked good. I will say, I don't know. I think the has done irreparable damage to the way I be looking at video games sometimes
Ultra
that I don't pick. I'll be hating. But I was watching it and I was like, this looks really good. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Honestly, I think it's gonna be one of the dopest games. I don't think it will be game of the year though. I don't think because I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom and like the improvements Tears of the Kingdom made to Breath of the Wild is like crazy compared to what I can see from the Spider-Man trailer. I think Spider-Man is going to do some awesome improvements, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for me to be like, wow, this is almost night and day. Like playing Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, wow, this is like night and day from the first game. Whereas like looks like they took everything from Spider-Man and made improvements, some vast improvements. But I think it's going to be an amazing experience, and I'm excited to play it. I'm really excited for the story too because like I don't know if Kraven is really going to be the big bad at the end of all of this. I know like Venom is coming, and I'm really excited that they didn't show anything about like him. I'm excited that they stuck with Kraven. They stuck with I'm hoping it's like the early parts. You know, we got some Dr. Connors. Like it looks dope. It looks really good. I can't wait to see how the story progresses. That was one of my favorite things about the first Spider-Man is that like I was kind of shocked when I got towards the end of like how things like changed and how things moved. I was like, no, they didn't spoil anything for me. I was having I was shocked like through and through.
100.
So Helldivers 2, amazing. Foam Stars, honestly, is not the worst thing I saw on that entire showcase. We'll get to that in a second. The new Bungie shooter.
Yeah.
All right,
Marathon.
cool. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Looks like there's some stuff. There's a lot of colors. There's a lot of lights. Bungie's making it. That's about as much information as I know. Can't wait to see gameplay or anything to really like help me understand what's going on.
Yeah, I signed up for some playtests. I'm like, yeah, listen, it's a Bungie shooter. I'm here. I'm around.
Yeah, whatever's there, I'm there to play it as well. Let's talk about the worst thing that they showed off, which was Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 was such a waste of my fucking time. It's not even funny. I am a huge Metal Gear fan, and the only thing that I was excited about watching that whack ass fucking trailer was when they announced that they're porting over the old ones to the PlayStation 5. That was the only saving grace of that whole thing. I was like, oh cool, I get to play the old games in autumn. I don't know why I get to play them in autumn because it's not like they're gonna remaster those games. Just give me the goddamn games now. That would have been a way better showcase. But yeah, showing me a bunch of CGI, and if that is in-game footage, amazing. It looks cool. All you showed me was just CGI. There's no way. Like it was CGI or a cutscene, but it's like I saw Snake that was in that like trailer for like all of maybe 20, not even 20%, maybe like 5 or like 10%. I don't know, like, okay, how is this selling me? Outside of just being like Metal Gear Solid 3 is being announced. Like, you could have just did a codex call and it would have did the same effect for me. Cause I was like, oh, cool. Look at these trees. Look at these ants. A bird. Oh, sick. Is that a snake eating a crocodile? Dope. Oh, it's Snake. And that was it. And then it was like Metal Gear Solid triangle. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And then it's like, oh, it means delta. It means like the same, but kind of different. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You didn't show me anything though. Like it's just Solid Snake. If you would have uploaded that to YouTube and put fan made, you would have been like, this looks fan made. Like this is exactly somebody made this on Blender. Somebody was going crazy. Like that was such a waste of time because my girlfriend texted me. I was in DR. I got home. My girl texted me. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna be upset when you find out what got announced." So as soon as she said that, I'm like, "Oh, Metal Gear Solid got announced." Crazy. I watched the whole thing from the beginning to end, and like when the Metal Gear Solid thing came out, I'm like, "That's it? You're telling me this was supposed to be the Konami? This is your way back in, and that's it, man." I'm pretty good. Will I buy it? I already said I would because I'm a shill. I love these games. I will definitely have this game. Collector's edition, we'll see what it comes with, but I'm not against it. Do I think this game is going to be like groundbreaking? No, I think it's just going to look really pretty and we'll see what happens. I'm not, I really hope, pray that I'm wrong. I really do. But I'm sorry, that showed me not a single thing of what to be excited for. The only thing I'm excited for is the fact that I'm going to be able to play 3 on my PlayStation 5 in autumn. That's the only thing I'm excited for. And honestly, after I play 3, I might not even really care that much for Delta because I'm going to just be like, well, I already have it. I can already play like the version that I really enjoy. So I'll buy Delta. I'll play it on my PC probably just to see if I can get like the max's highest quality settings just to see what it looks like. But I am honestly not holding my breath for Konami to blow me away with this experience.
I mean, just to add some further salt to the wound, I guess, you know, they had some questions, of course, come over across the past week in IGN Japan, had some queries for Konami. And of course, you know what I'm saying, as expected, they confirmed that Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa are not involved in the remake. And they said, you know, they're going to consider the fans and the voice of the customers when thinking about potential further remakes of the series. So it just depends on what the reception is for Metal Gear Solid Delta. I mean, how you feeling about that news?
It's such a bullshit ass like. I mean, like I get the response like we're gonna listen to the fans. Like, no, you're not. You're gonna listen to what makes you money. That's what listening to the fans is. We're gonna listen to who paid for this. And that's fine. I honestly am not surprised Hideo Kojima isn't working on this. He's been pretty adamant on like I'm not doing this. Like I'm off of the Metal Gear stuff for a while. So like I'm not really sitting here like, oh no, Kojima, this is dead. But I'm not really excited to see what they come up with because that trailer would have been way better if you had Snake being like a codex call, Snake being like kept you waiting, anything, bro. But it just showed me more of the cool graphics than it showed me of Metal Gear, and that's my concern. Like it showed me more about like how crazy they can make these graphics than how well they're gonna make this game. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll eat my words. But I can't think of one good Konami game that's come out in recent time that isn't a pay to win game or something that's gonna make them absurd amount of money. Like when I think of single player games, I think of like Insomniac, I think of companies like that. But I don't think of Konami because I haven't seen one game that they put a lot of effort in that isn't like a cash grab.
Not even the theme song got you in the trailer?
No, because I listen to that theme song every day. Like I already heard the song a million times. Y'all gonna get me with something like on YouTube? I'm good. The only thing that I was like, oh, this is kind of dope is when they were like, yo, in autumn, you're gonna be able to play 1, 2, 3. I was like, because I've been asking for that. And they're gonna port it to Steam. So I'm gonna buy it on my PlayStation and I'm gonna buy it on my PC. Like it sucks for Panda. She's gonna have to play them. Like I'm gifting them to her like expeditiously. I'm like, yo, baby, you have to play them. I don't know what to tell you, but this is the only thing this is the only game I ask you to play.
Fairs, man. Well, I'm satisfied. This is the reaction I wanted. You know what I'm saying? This was about what I was expecting. So I feel good about this. I don't know about you, Kxng. I don't know about
feel good about this.
All right. Yeah, no, that's good. And yeah, I guess just back to the PlayStation showcase as a whole. Yeah, I thought it was solid. I thought it was cool. It wasn't as a blow you away as I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean? I thought it wasn't as crazy as I thought. Some dry spots here and there, you know what I'm saying? A couple of good things, a lot of indie titles, which is always good, but just didn't feel as crazy as many people anticipated, which is fair, which is what it is. But I feel like there's a slight, you know what I'm saying, like you know, drop the ball moment here, where it's like, you know, there was some good stuff that was expected, but like it wasn't it wasn't insane. It wasn't stacked to the brim like a previous showcase would be. You know what I'm saying? I will give mention, I will give mention though to Phantom Blade Zero. That game looks fantastic.
Oh, that game looks sick, bro. I forgot about that game. That game looks insane.
I am an absolute slut for Eastern-based action games. That's just the bare fact of the matter. I'm a whore for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have a huge, you know, I'm a huge nerd for that type of stuff. And the fact that it just looks so good and the gameplay actually looks like the sword plays there. It looks like it's all the way there. It's not CGI. It was no cutscene. It was no QTE. It looked like the sword play was really clanging and banging. And I'm like, oh, I need that. I need it.
No, it looked good.
Phantom Blade Zero looks fantastic. And I need people to not sleep on that game, bro. I need to write a piece on this. I need to literally write a piece on this. What's it called? Black Myth Wukong. Like, some of these Eastern action games are coming. Like, they're heavy hitters and they're on the way. They're about to start smacking some of y'all in the mouth. Like, they're serious. And they're really ready, like, you know what I'm saying, with their stories to tell and stuff. Like, again, like dipping into the wuxia folklore and all the, you know what I'm saying, older Eastern folk tales and mythology and stuff, which I find really fascinating. So mix that with some really good gameplay and action sequences like we were seeing in that Phantom Blade Zero trailer. We're in for a really good time. So do not sleep. That was my 100% sleeper of the show. That was my dark horse of the show. Fantastic showing. Again, if what's in my head is correct, and that was actually in-engine stuff, fantastic. And it looked like in-engine stuff. So I'm really looking forward to Phantom Blade Zero. That's going to be really, really good. And yeah, that's just my little nerd out piece on that, on those types of games. Marathon, really interested in. And again, Marathon's an old IP from Bungie before Halo time, so I'm always interested to see how they do it. It's a shooter. I'm always in for that. Why the foam stars hate, guys? Why the foam stars hate? I just want to be real.
Who's hating on foam stars? I said it was the second worst.
King was. You was hating on foam stars.
Definitely not buying it, but I definitely, when I watched it, I was like, better than Metal Gear probably.
Listen, I'm a big foamer in this household. In my house, we're big foamers. All right.
What the fuck does that mean?
Day one, we in a foam function. I'm gonna let you know right now. But listen. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. I was also gonna say something crazy, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. That just doesn't fit. That doesn't mix. I'm gonna leave that out. Anyway.
Please.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3. Of course, we covered that. That was hilarious. Spider-Man 2. Now, Spider-Man 2. Insane. It looks so good. It looks so good, man. Like, and they said it was an earlier build too. Like, I'm so excited. Words cannot describe how excited I am for this game. I get to see Kraven. I get to see, again, like Venom, whatever that's going to be. There's going to be a whole bunch of twists and plots. You saw all the little twinges of what's it called? Yuri Lowenthal's like character now affected by the symbiote. And now how you like actually a little bit more aggressive, throwing all these, saving civilians and throwing them on the ground. Like, get off me, little bitch. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love the little nuances and stuff that they're putting into the game now and how that's going to play out in you know, what we're going to see in Spider-Man 2. I cannot wait for this game. This is going to be a fantastic experience. I'm telling you guys right now. Look, I don't know if it's not going to be Game of the Year. I don't know if it is going to be Game of the Year. But I will tell you this. I said this late last year. I said this year's Game of the Year race is going to be a lot tighter than last year's. Last year was only two people truly in the race, in my opinion. It was God of War and it was Elden Ring. This year, we have minimum 3 right now. And it will possibly rise to 4 or 5 by like the later end of this year. I bet money it will have a 5-horse race for Game of the Year. Because it's looking kind of crazy right now. Looking kind of crazy, but it's gonna be a time. And I think Spider-Man 2 would definitely have a stamp and some type of conversation points in the Game of the Year talk. So I'm excited. I can't wait. But yeah, overall, how would y'all grade this though? Out of a scale, I'll start. I'll say me. I'm giving this slight edge B-. You just made the B-. They just made it to B-. Not a crazy show. Could have been a C+, but a couple of things helped it get over the line, and I think it was a B-. They could have had a lot better show. I think it was a slight drop the ball moment. But it's fair. I think they could have did better, but anyway, I think there was still some quality stuff shown. How about y'all?
Shit was a C, bro. It wasn't anything substantial in that.
I think it was. So the only reason I would say C as well is just because for me the biggest events, there were some cool indies in there too. Let's not get it twisted, but the biggest jaw dropping moments was Spider-Man, and I kind of knew that
Yeah, that's
I knew
literally
that
my reasoning.
they said yo, Spider-Man is coming, so I wasn't when they showed that I was like, oh cool, Spider-Man gameplay. It's kind of something that we feel like we've been owed at this point.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. That's fair. I'm being gracious. I'll stick to my B
no,
minus.
for sure. I think
say.
that's a fair grade.
Yeah.
I just was not impressed by the Metal Gear stuff, and I feel like that was a lot of people's biggest excitement was oh, and I'm just like, man, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I still think there was some quality stuff the Phantom Blade Zero, Helldivers 2 was a really pleasant surprise as well.
Yeah.
I did not mention, and then going fully 3D playing with that stuff, which is amazing. That looks really cool and a really
It reminded
nice jump.
me of Stormhawk or the PlayStation 3. You know what game I'm talking about? The PlayStation 3 one where you
I
can
think
just
it was
build
Stormhawk.
shit.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah,
That's what it reminded me of. I was like, that's pretty dope.
yeah, and I'm just like, it looks really, really good. And again, I love when games make that big jump like that, because I believe what's the name? There was another game recently that made a jump like that. Hyperlight Driver and to Hyperlight Breaker. You know what I'm saying? Hyperlight, yeah. When they made that jump to a 3D plane, looks really good. This made a jump to a more 3D plane, looks really good. I enjoy how games evolve from iteration to iteration like that. That looks really dope. Again, Marathon I'm interested in, but not really too much gameplay. Yeah, we didn't get the crazy amount of gameplay that I wished, but for some of them, there were some really good reveals. And yeah, Spider-Man came through and delivered, even though we expected it. But overall, was a good show in my opinion, but I feel like there was still some opportunity missed to really put stuff in the dirt. Hey, we're really putting our stamp on stuff. They held back a little bit in my opinion.
Before we move on, main stories, I would just like to say that breaking news.
Oh my gosh.
Twitch has now decided to add a $25 charge if you would like to exit your contract as a Twitch affiliate.
What?
Or partner.
What?
No,
you're kidding.
No way.
You're kidding.
I made it through.
You're kidding. You're
I
kidding.
need to find the Snoop Dogg picture.
You're tweaking.
There's no way, right?
Oh my goodness, he's not kidding.
That is so funny.
He's not kidding. Yeah,
yo,
today?
What day is
bro?
it? June 6th?
June 6th.
What a day for Twitch, man.
Yo. Oh, nah. Y'all are smoking crack. Nah. Wait. They said apparently that clause has been there for a while, but it's been updated. Nah, bro.
I unaffiliated. I never paid for my unaffiliation. I never paid for it.
Yeah,
and you can check my account. You cannot sub to me. I was affiliated for a long time, but I unaffiliated I want to say maybe 2 years now, so that I could restream. Wow.
Son,
wow. They are hoeing y'all.
Son, I'm about to just delete my account at this point. What are they gonna do?
That's tough.
Bro, tweaking. What is going on with Twitch, bro? What? Nah, bro. That's insane. Yo, okay, yeah. Now, while we're here in the moment, let's sit down and talk about Twitch for a good 5-10 minutes. Twitch, you are on crack. You're smoking crack. Stephen A. Smith voice, bro. That makes no sense to me, man. First, you do the whole, we're going to do major site-wide restrictions on all ads. So any brand partnerships or whatever that you have to check with us and minimize them or get rid of them or have them in certain ways that we deem fit, or else you're done. No burn-ins, nothing from OBS. It has to be all through us, or else we're banning you. You do that first, and then you put a whole payment. This is more than you've paid 70% of your site in ad revenue for running those stupid commercials on the ad program. Are you serious? You got to be kidding me right now. This is why Kick is kicking y'all in the nuts right now. This is exactly why it's happening. What do y'all think about all this, man? Let me go get some water. I'm about to cough up a storm. They piss me off.
I saw everyone saw. I mean, if you had two brain cells, you saw the downfall a long time ago. This is just part of their process. You know, they got to get it out their system, and I'm just watching it burn.
Yeah.
That's about all we could do right now. Like they're very set on their policies.
I remember unaffiliating. I want to say it was in 2019. I started like going serious. I want to say
It
2021
was
is
def
when I
2021.
unaffiliated. Yeah, like 2021 is when I unaffiliated. Because I wanted to focus more on YouTube because I wasn't gonna have time to stream, and I hated the idea that I couldn't restream my stuff. And all the stuff they're doing this, and this is for fit. Like, so now essentially what you're doing is you're giving up your right to freely advertise other, like freely work with any other brand. And that includes like brands that even if you like go through Twitch, if you want to work with like a cannabis brand in the state where it's legal, like that's not allowed on Twitch. Like any brands are now like a lot of the brands are now like very hard, are gonna be scared to work with any Twitch streamers. So you have to really make your bag in a very hard way. Like they're setting up so many roadblocks for streamers. It's not even funny. And on top of all of that, they're taking 50% of your subs. So the real question just comes down to like, why are you here? Are you on Twitch because all of your community is on Twitch? Is it worth staying on Twitch? Because if all of your money comes from subs, I get that. But to be honest with you, like it may just be time to move somewhere else. Like I know your community may not want to migrate, but to be honest with you, you're kind of setting yourself up for a long, painful journey because now you're seeing how quickly they change things. So the question really comes down to is, are you willing to be at their whim for the comfortability of being on Twitch? I decided that that was not going to be the case for myself. So I made the decision to unaffiliate like maybe 2 years ago. I started restreaming, and I'll tell you right now on this podcast, moving forward, I don't think restreaming is even going to be worth it. So best believe, post this recording, I will probably be exclusively on YouTube. Not like they gave me a contract or anything, but there's just no real reason to stay on Twitch. The site isn't much better when it comes to streaming. Like there's just not really a benefit, you know? Like like you have to ask yourself, why am I here? And honestly, if the question is just to stream, you could do that. You could do that on Instagram now. Like you could do that anywhere.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, there's a lot of bad stuff happening, but no matter how bad your day is, it's still going better than the MetaQuest team.
Why you had to bring them into this? I'm done. I'm dead. Listen, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like, $25 is nothing to me. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, nigga, you can keep this. I really feel like unaffiliated now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what is the point? What is really the point, truly? Like, y'all have shown time and time again, you guys are not about the creator on this platform, on the site that you operate. You've done worse and worse moves over the times, you know, and it's just it's unsurprising, but it's stunning every time to see you make an even more boneheaded move than the last. You know what I mean?
That's a boneheaded.
Like it's some real like Neanderthal era type shit. Like y'all just trying to figure out how to, like, you know what I'm saying, turn a stick on its head or something like that and make it stand up straight in the sand. Like it's so boneheaded. It is. Especially in the midst of YouTube on your ass from a streaming front, from Kxng whooping your ass on the streaming front. They had Drake on their platform getting his card declined and still gifting out subs. They don't care about your platform. Twitch, we don't care about your platform like that because there's competition now, and they're only making themselves look worse in the light. Like it's insane. It's insane how ready they are to sabotage their own likelihood of survival. To me, it feels crazy. And the even crazier thing is, there's going to be some of the people out there that are going to be playing in the orchestra as the Titanic rips in half and sinks to the bottom of the ocean. There are going to be some people sitting there either defending it or just, you know what I'm saying, not wanting to move or whatever and getting caught in the fray. And they're going to be playing that violin while everything goes sideways, all the plates go to the bottom side of the ship, and bloop, you're underwater. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't need it, bro. I don't need it. Like, Twitch is tweaking. Twitch is definitely tweaking, bro. That shit out of here, man. These purple guys are ridiculous, man. Thanos wasn't even this ridiculous. Even he had more logic to his methods. Damn. Damn, bro. That's actually insane, bro. Hey, somebody read the first main story strain. Let me go fix my cough real quick. Can somebody read the first one? We're gonna switch it up. Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah, just read. I'm about to say. Let's read that one and fuck it, I'll read it. That's fine. I'll tough through it.
I was gonna say, like, I am in the middle of this Diablo fight. I'm recording the gameplay I'm recording the gameplay for the podcast. You cannot be mad at me.
You know, you're lucky. You got it out. You got it out. You got it out. That's fine. I'll tell you what though. One of these episodes, y'all are reading the notes, and I'm not doing shit.
I'll read the notes. Hold on, let me expand it while I'm getting dick.
No,
it's too late now. It's too late now. Where's it at?
I got it. Back up. I'm just saying, one of these days, bro. Not today. One of these days. I need a full episode worth. That's one topic. Hey, that's the.
I got you. I'll do it in your same tone of voice too.
Nah,
Xbox Showcase stupendously.
They're gonna come out here doing the whole podcast in Spanish, bro.
It's like, I think this is ludicrous.
Yo, I'm dead. Y'all like hate this, bro. Anyways, just a few days after the Summer Game Fest on Thursday, Xbox is up to bat on Sunday, June 11th, with their showcase, the Xbox Showcase, and people are teeing up just how big this needs to be for them. So they're pitching about 2 hours of runtime, no movie or TV show trailers, no 12-month limit on their reveals, and no first-party games have CG trailers. Only in-game footage, engine footage, or in-game with cinematics. So they're teeing up heavy. They're talking some big talk. Let's start with when. How important do you think that this showcase is for the Green brand?
With how like stalematey this quote unquote console war is, I feel like it's important, but I feel like regardless if it's bad or good, like they're still gonna make money off of Game Pass. And that's like a weird way of like putting it. But I think it's super important just because, like, I think honestly it's important not necessarily because like they need this win, but because PlayStation's showcase wasn't something they can't outdo. I think they can outdo the Sony showcase if they show something of quality. We're gonna see if they have that in them though, because knowing Xbox, I remember the last one that was crazy had it had Slime Rancher 2, which I know people are like, why is that the one that you're going with? Hey, Slime Rancher 2 is crazy gas. If you haven't played it, you hate yourself. That game is so good. Go treat yourself. Download Slime Rancher 2 now on Game Pass. Anyways, they announced that. I think like Grounded, like it was like that showcase where I was like, wow, they announced like some pretty cool stuff. But it's also one of those things where it's like they might not really have a lot to show because they're too busy worrying about. They're too busy at the end of the day worrying about like Activision. Like they have so many other problems going on that I don't know if they have any real, like, if they're gonna really wow us to the way PlayStation does for a long time. Because when I was thinking about this the other day, I'm like, what are the ramifications of having of not knowing who you're owned by for like 2 years or like a year and some change? Like, as a Call of Duty developer, does that slow down the process? Because I feel like it has to. It has to affect it in some capacity. Like for Blizzard, does it change the way you guys do things? It has to. So like, I don't know how much damage this deal has done to their IPs, but unless like Bethesda has some heat, which I genuinely don't think so. I feel like Bethesda is like, how do I put it? Bethesda is like Brett Favre in his like later years. Like retire already. Like I feel like that's how they're kind of taking game development. It's like they know we're gonna sell no matter what because Xbox is footing the bill. We can kind of do what we want. Like so, I don't know. I'm not really like expecting a lot from them. I want them to blow me away, but if they don't, I'm gonna be like, hey, it is what it is.
All right. I will direct that same question back to you, King. How important do you think this showcase will be for the Green brand this year?
I think it will be like important to an extent. I think they don't have like Xbox at this current moment in time have everything to prove, right? So I think if they could bring out like some solid Starfield, some solid Fable, and like maybe one other title, and they could literally fill the rest of it with shit. But like I feel like people would appreciate those titles, and that would put them in a better standing. Like I'm actually looking forward to watching it. I don't know. I have no idea about the contents, but I'm just looking forward to watching it and hoping that they can kind of do something true to Xbox.
Word. I hear it. Now, I will say it is very important for them. Just in the grand scheme of how this year's, I guess, showcase have been so far. Again, in my opinion, PlayStation didn't give the best account to themselves. They had some good stuff, but it wasn't the blowaway show that I thought would be like, oh, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. They got stuff solidified for the year. They're good. Like that was the best showcase. Nobody's gonna think about anything else. It wasn't that. So I think the opportunity for Xbox to really, again, showcase, hey, like this is us. Like we you know what I'm saying? We've been down for the moment, but we will bounce back type of thing. And I'm glad that they set these precedents of those details where they said, hey, there's going to be no 12-month limit on these reveals. You know what I'm saying? I think they put themselves, they try to be too transparent sometimes. You know what I'm saying? At least on this front, in terms of actual business stuff, I'm actually glad that they are transparent. But in terms of this, where it's like, you know, the spectacle of the show, you don't have to be that super tight in a box and tell them, hey, this is exactly what you're gonna see. This is all this stuff, XYZ. You're gonna get everything in the next 12 months, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to be Nintendo and try and give everything in the next 12 months. And you don't have to be super, you know, aloof or just like ethereal with your explanations. You can be somewhere in the middle. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Leave a little bit of ambiguity and whatnot. But that, and I really like that they said, again, we want to give you, again, like no CGI. We want to give you, you know what I'm saying, at least you're going to have real in-engine or in-game footage at any degree for all of our first-party stuff. So I do like that they're making that a sticking point. I like that level of clarity.
Yeah, it shows that they have like a level of seriousness.
Yeah, they're not bullshit. They're not going to show us the damn movie trailer at the end of a showcase. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that immediately scores some points for me. I'm sorry, I'm shameless, but that immediately has some points scored in my book. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that this is like a 2021 style showcase to where, you know what I'm saying, without the 12-month, you know what I'm saying, barrier, they just show game. They just, you know, bombard. We have 2 hours.
Definitely benefit from doing that.
Yeah, we have 2 hours plus the Starfield showcase, man. Bang it out. Give us game. I think, actually, I'm not sure what the skew is because they said it's about 2 hours of runtime, but I don't know if it's half Xbox, half Starfield. I don't know if it's that because the Starfield one's attached to it. So I don't know if it's like directly after the show or whatever. I forget the breakdown, but in any case, it needs to be game after game after game, gameplay reveal, in-engine, or, you know what I'm saying, in-game, some CGI, bang it out. This needs to be a bombardment. We need to see a lot of stuff. And again, you guys touched on it a little bit before, but I'll go back in on it. I need to see some Fable. Where the hell is Fable? Give me some sign of life from Fable. Give me some sign of life from Perfect Dark. Is it alive? Please tell me. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice. What else, man? Starfield, we're automatically gonna see. Give us some like actual dynamic gameplay and colors, please. I need some signs of life on that. What else, man? Avowed would be great to see. Avowed would be 100% wonderful to see. I would absolutely love that. And outside of that, I think just show us Show us the art of the possible, man. Just show us what you guys can have up your sleeve over the next several years. You know what I mean? I think this is the time where Xbox has an opportunity to really showcase, hey, you know, we did have some things in the past that didn't pan out, but we're gearing up for some really big shit in the future. And here you know what I'm saying? Here's a glimpse into that. Don't put that 12-month limiter on it. I'm glad that they removed that, because at least it gives them a bigger fighting chance to have people look at Xbox from a holistic, hey, this is what's coming down the pike. This is what's coming down the pipeline and stuff like that. And just see the vision, because there could be some big stuff that they got cooking up that's just gonna be probably a year or two out. You know what I'm saying? Year or two plus out. But like, they need all the help they can get, so they need to amass all the momentum and just, hey, this is what's possible on our side. This is what we're bringing from our side to really wow people. And they need all that firepower, man. If they have to show Elder Scrolls early, they won't do it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if they have to go that deep into the bag, do it. Hellblade 2, give us an early release date. You know what I'm saying? Give us that release date. Is it coming end of summer or something like that? Let us know now. You know what I mean? I think those things will happen. And at least that intention will be made. Like, yo, we want to show you everything that Xbox has to offer, not just in the 12-month span, not just what's coming in the next 12 months, but what we really can provide from here into the near future to really stake our claim. Like, yo, we're here to stay. We're here to actually, you know, really make shit happen, and we're here to make really good experiences, because when it comes down to it, that's the last piece of the puzzle that they need to solve and prove to everybody exists. They do have games. So I need it. And also, another Gears would be nice. Another Gears would just be nice. I keep saying it every few episodes, but Gears, please. That would be cool. But that's just me. Why not Gears?
They ain't gonna do that. No way.
I think they will. Coalition's been pretty quiet. Almost too quiet.
Dave Bautista DLC.
Hey man, hey. He's open now. There's some wiggle room now. All right. You know what I'm saying? I would personally love the Batista Bombs and Locusts. I'm cool with that. I'm all good with that stuff. But hey, I do think this is a very pivotal show for Xbox. Honestly, with or without the Activision Blizzard, you know what I'm saying, merger deal, whatever you want to call it, this needs to be a year that shows, yo, we can run those games with people, bro. They have to. Like, this is a must. This year is a must for them to prove that they have games coming down the pipeline, or else it's a foregone conclusion. They lost. You know what I mean? So just put up or shut up. Just put up or shut up. You got to show us the games. Show us the games. That's all I gotta say on that. But with that, that's pretty much all the notes I had on the show for today. Anything that we might have missed?
Not unless Twitch implodes in the next 30 minutes. No,
I'm dead. Oh my gosh. Listen, they just might. Let me refresh my timeline just in case, bro, because this shit is egregious. Oh, I completely forgot. It's not going to show up at Xbox, but it might show up at Summer Game Fest. Where is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? That needs to show up somewhere for people's drafts and for just life in general. Like, where is that? But that's not.
Hopefully, it gets delayed until next year.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Dead. All right. Outside of that, all stories we got for this week. As I cough up a lung, closing notes, I'm going to throw it to King VII first. How you feeling about this week? Send us off.
Feeling good, feeling blessed. Stay productive, stay humble, stay kind.
Wonderful. Very positive, very uplifting. The absolute opposite of his usual performances on this podcast, man. Wonderful. When your closing notes for episode 69.
Drink water, stay safe, stay healthy. Play some Street Fighter and play it on the controls that you like, because you're getting suplexed either way.
Amen. That's great. I hear that. This guy fucking Keith, man. Anyways, my closing notes definitely has to be, listen, never thought we'd get this far, man, but we here, damn it. We here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody. E3 season was a long way away when I started thinking about it, like, again, like the beginning of the year. Like, insane, but we're finally made it. I'm just happy that people are rocking with us. Again, shout out to all the Puerto Rican folk listening to us from Puerto Rico, everybody from around the world. My heart is full with all the support and love that we've been getting, and it's only going to get bigger. We got a lot more stuff coming in the pipeline. Really do appreciate you. Make sure you guys rate this podcast 5 stars. Go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasts. Make sure you check us out there. Just type in No Cooldown. We're not on Twitch, so don't find us there. We're not going to be there. You can look on youtube.com/@NoCooldown. That's youtube.com/@NoCooldown for all the latest content, all the latest videos, segments, shorts, reactions, all this good stuff. There's going to be a ton of reactions. Make sure you shut the hell up. This man in the DMs just sent a whole app. Oh my gosh. Is that a surf? I'm dead. I'm dead. Anyways, I will be funding an Apple Vision Pro if anybody wants to get me one. I'm gonna start my Kickstarter and GoFundMe in like a couple of days, so I will send that link somewhere in the episode. Make sure I check that out. I'm dead. The whole Dyson Vision Pro, that's insane. Sorry, I'm looking at his notes. He's distracting me. That's his fault. But yeah, make sure you check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@NoCooldown. TikTok, where No Cooldown Podcast, search is there. On Twitter @No Cooldown Pod. Make sure you check us out there for any updates and little stuff that we have, all the promos and all the good stuff. You want to check us out there. And of course, check out the dope individual content and individual contributors on this podcast. First and foremost, go check out WOTAKU channel. You know what I'm saying? Check out Otaku channel. You don't want to miss all the good stuff that Wen and Panda are doing. And of course, Wen Easy on all of the social platforms. Some good stuff. Catch him streaming, you know what I'm saying, on Otaku channel, exclusively on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Check that out now, coming soon. So you want to check that on that side. For dope stuff, anything, you know what I'm saying, super content wise, you might be in the cut with all of his new, you know what I'm saying, endeavors, but he might pop out with some dope stuff. You don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss it. Keep your eyes peeled. Just type in Kxng VIII on all socials and you should see him there. For me, that man Tripp on all social platforms, man. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. But mainly, make sure you check out No Cooldown. This is just gonna be a lot of stuff coming. You guys do not want to miss. So, with that being said, we must bid you adieu. This has been episode 69 of No Cooldown Podcast. And we are out of there.